A good day out here today. You know, when we do this, a little different style of scrimmage than we did the last time. So, you know, there's a couple different things you look at. You know, for coaches, the two aspects of it is, you know, we're trying to get certain plays called in certain looks and reps at certain looks by certain guys. So there's the individual aspect of the player development that you get in today's scrimmage, which I can't tell you anything about that. I mean, that's me going to watch all the film. You know, we go break it down. Then the team aspect, when you scrimmage this way, when it's not as scripted a scrimmage, is pretty interesting because, you know, you got to look and you say, okay, the one defense really went with the two offense today. You got to look at where field position started for that two offense on every drive, because that would be very realistic of where you gave your offense the ball. Right? And the same thing, the one offense goes out there on the field against the one defense. When we punted, where did they start, right? And then if the two offense comes out there on the field, they're driving, yeah? Punt the ball, that defense, wherever they held them, that's where the other guys would have started their possession. And that's something we'll go look at, you know, as you evaluate it as a team scrimmage. Statistically, you guys probably have it written down a lot more than I do, of what was good and bad in that within the team scrimmage of one offense to two offense, one defense and two defense, of how they did putting their other team, their complementary team in a position to succeed.
Last week, Manny said that the offense really handled the defense. How do you think the defense bounced back this week?
I thought they played with some good energy out there on the field today. I like their demeanor and their attitude. Again, I'll look back. I don't know that we played poorly last week on defense. I thought, you know, there were some communication issues. And also, you know, in how we ran the scrimmage, a little tougher for the defense last week because we set it as ones, twos with set yard lines with each possession. You know, and we were tempo and we weren't subbing as much. Today was much more sub-oriented, and we kind of split it up where we had 1.5s against, you know, the 2 to 3.5s, and so you rotate more players on longer drives, which is going to help the defense a little bit more.
You mentioned communication. Do you see the defense kind of starting to get what's going on under Mullen?
Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit better. You know, just some grasp. It's all the subtle changes. You know, there's little changes of at certain positions in certain defenses that things look different than what they did in the past. And so, you know, I mean, that is, you'll see some guys, and when it's a high-stress, high-tempo situation, all of a sudden reverting and saying, you know, how am I passing this coverage off, and how am I doing those things? So I think that's a little bit, you know, how the blitz is hitting and what gaps we're hitting in, those things. That'll still take some time as they continue to grow.
Nick started slow, but seemed to finish strong. What did you think of his day?
Yeah, I thought, you know, he did some really good things. I put him in some, you know, asked him to do some things to see, hey, you know, more game situation, put a little bit more, hey, look at this and check to this and check to coming off the field. And I thought he did a good job mentally of not forcing things, just managing things. And I thought he did a good job of that.
I know sometimes last year you'd say to Dak, you can't run out of this play just to force him to do things. Did you do anything with Nick this year to say, hey, don't do this or don't do this, just to make it more difficult on him?
I really haven't. I just want to, you know what, I just want to give him the chance to get comfortable, go playing, because he's still really young, you know, and his first chance learning the offense. His first chance to learn it all is, you know, I want to let him just go see what he can do. Now, in the future, it might be something where I put more restrictions to make it harder.
Good.
It's not a lot. You know, we want to. You know, what we'll do is going to review what we need, what we really need to look at. You know, what parts of the game do we need to look at? We're going to do some scrimmaging this week, again, and just put some guys in some different situations. And after this scrimmage, really go back, review, and say, okay, hey, even off just scripts, hey, we didn't get enough reps of this play or that defense or that blitz, or combining it, this play against this defense or this blitz against this type of offense, and really kind of get everything that we want to get finalized taught on film as we move into summer for our guys.
How do you think of the job Dontavian did running the ball today?
He runs the ball hard. You know, I mean, I think as he continues to grow, a couple cuts he's going to do better. He's going to see some things a little bit better out there on the field, but that comes with time and experience. But he runs the ball hard.
How do you, as a coach, what can you do, I guess, to try to avoid, you know, serious injuries in this? We saw obviously Malik kind of walk off gingerly.
Yeah,
how do you avoid that? Can you avoid those, or it's just something that's going to come up?
I just think it's hard, especially you're going live. You know, sometimes it's the guy being tackled. Sometimes it's friendly fire. You know, when you're going to tackle to the ground, that's why we don't do it very often. You know, because it is sometimes it's not just the one; it's the secondary injuries that also come.
Cool. Thanks, Dan.